They say love is a beautiful feeling, a force so powerful that it can bring two souls together against all odds. But no one talks about the love that ruins you, the kind that sneaks into your heart when you're most vulnerable, dressing up like affection but poisoning you quietly from the inside. This is the story of how I fell in love with someone I should never have loved, and how that love left me broken, humiliated, and completely lost. I'm sharing this because someone out there might be walking the same path I did, and I want them to turn around before it's too late. I was 21, young, naive, and fresh out of a home that had just collapsed. My parents were going through a bitter divorce, the kind where you're not just a bystander, you're the battleground. I needed a place to breathe, to heal, to escape. So I moved in with my uncle and his family in the city, my father's younger brother. He was only 14 years older than me. Still young, full of life, charming, with that calm maturity that makes you feel safe. He'd always been kind to me, ever since I was a little girl. But this time, something was different. He noticed I wasn't okay. He listened to me in a way no one else had. When I talked, he didn't just hear, he felt. And that meant something, especially when you've spent years being overlooked, dismissed, or talked over. At first, it was innocent. We'd talk late into the night, mostly about life, books, music, my plans for university. I told myself he was just being a good guardian, a mentor, a friend. But slowly, things shifted. Sometimes things don't start out clearly. They start small, subtle, with words that sound kind, even flattering. He told me, "You're not like other girls your age. You're so mature, so grounded." At first, I just smiled. It felt nice to be noticed. Soon, I began looking forward to those compliments. I'd take extra care brushing my hair. I'd pick outfits that made me feel grown up. Looking back, that was the beginning. And I didn't even realize it. One night, I was in the kitchen late. Everyone else had gone to bed. He walked in, asked if I was okay. I said yes. He stepped a little closer than usual, and with a soft smile, he tucked a strand of my hair behind my ear and said, "You have no idea how beautiful you are, do you?" My heart skipped. My hands felt cold. And for a moment, I didn't know how to react. That night, I didn't sleep much, because something had shifted, and I couldn't explain it. After that, things became different. He started leaving notes in my notebook. "You're the best part of my day." Words that made me feel seen. Once, at dinner, when no one else was looking, he held my hand under the table and didn't let go. Part of me knew it wasn't right, but I also felt important, like I was special. We started messaging. At first, just silly things, memes, jokes. But soon, the messages became more personal, more emotional. He'd send voice notes, call me sweet names, say he couldn't stop thinking about me. He said I made him feel alive again. I was 21, he was 35, and he was my uncle. At the time, it didn't feel wrong. It felt like a secret connection, something only the two of us could understand. But now I see it clearly. That wasn't love. That was grooming. It didn't happen all at once. It happened slowly, gently, hidden behind smiles and compliments, secret chats and quiet moments no one else saw. That's why it's so important to talk about these things, because grooming doesn't always look scary. Sometimes it looks like trust being slowly misused. If you're a parent, talk to your kids early and openly. Let them know that anyone, yes, anyone, who makes them feel like they have to hide something from you, that's a warning sign. And if you're someone who's been through something like this, you are not to blame. You didn't do anything wrong. You were misled by someone who should have protected you. Gan, to my aunt, to my cousins, to my friends. My grades slipped, my social life faded, but none of it mattered because every stolen moment with him felt like magic, until it didn't. I began to feel hollow, because for every kiss there was shame, for every hug, 1,000 lies. I started seeing the cracks in our fairy tale. He never talked about leaving his family. He never introduced me to his world. He wanted me in the shadows, always hidden, always silent. One night, my aunt found our messages. I'll never forget her face. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She just looked at me. Like I was a stranger. Like I was a monster. And in that moment, I saw myself through her eyes. I was thrown out of their home the next morning. My uncle never came to my defense. He blocked me on everything. Like I never existed. Like the last 9 months were just a game to him. My parents disowned me. I dropped out of university. My friends abandoned me. I became the girl who slept on couches, who ate instant noodles 3 times a day, who stared at the ceiling every night wondering if she deserved to live. I hit rock bottom. But that's not where my story ends. One day, I found the strength to walk into a therapist's office. It took months to admit what had really happened. That I wasn't just in love, I was groomed, manipulated, controlled. He didn't love me. He needed to feel powerful. And I was the easiest target. I was vulnerable. And he used that. But therapy saved me. Little by little, I found pieces of myself. I started studying again, got a job, reconnected with people who genuinely